Welcome back to the Capitol. Thank you for being here. We, as you know from the press release, have an agreement between the House and the Senate on the budget. Given the circumstances with the oil and gas revenue and also with the global pandemic, we did an excellent job of protecting core services, including education. And I want to thank Speaker McCall and his leadership, his team, and Roger Thompson, my appropriations chair, for the work they have put in. This budget that you will see today represents hours and hours and months of work and a constantly shifting amount. Originally, we were thinking we were going to be $200 and some odd million down, then $400 and some odd million down, and then the Board of Equalization met and gave us a $1.3 billion number from the February certification, as you're aware. We have absolutely protected core services, and we have balanced the budget in a very meaningful way. We couldn't have done it without the work of the House, and I would like to bring up Speaker McCall to give his perspective.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem. Appreciate your remarks, and ladies and gentlemen, it has been an honor to work with the Senate over the past few weeks. Although we have not been in the building every day during this this constitutional session, our teams in the legislature have been working every day remotely to put together a budget to fulfill our constitutional duty. The budget is the responsibility of the legislature. And what you will see in the details of the budget is what is being considered is the overall condition of the state of Oklahoma and primarily its people. A year ago, nobody anticipated the COVID-19 situation that we would face today that has disrupted our state's economy. It has disrupted the people of Oklahoma's health. And the legislature feels like it's its duty to stabilize the fiscal picture of the state of Oklahoma to the best of its ability. And that is what is conveyed in this budget. We know that the people of Oklahoma are hurting. They are concerned. There is uncertainty. And what the legislature's responsibility to do is to give those people certainty about the core services that the government provides. And so I'm very appreciative of President Pro Tem Treat in the Senate, his AB team, our AB team in the House of Representatives, Chairman Kevin Wallace, Vice Chairman Kyle Hilbert, and our staffs who assist us in drafting the legislation to ensure that it's constitutional and ready to advance. So thank you for the opportunity to say a few words on the budget today. This is a team effort, and I appreciate the leadership in the Senate and those members working so well and closely with the members of the House. At this time, it's my honor to introduce to the podium Senator Roger Thompson, who is the chair of the Senate Appropriations and Budget Committee, to talk to you about more details of the budget following the House Appropriation Chair, Representative Kevin Wallace. Senator.
Thank you. Certainly glad that you're here, and it's good to be here at the Capitol today. And some of our colleagues we welcome back. For Chairman Wallace and his team and the Senate team, we've never left, and that's a good thing. You notice we're working from the letter that we received from the governor and from the Board of Equalization stating that we had a $1.366 billion deficit. That is not the February BOE number, but based on the BOE meeting, we are using that number to begin our budget. And so we started at the very beginning what we would have to do to make sure that we maintain core services for Oklahoma, like education and health care, the health department, making sure that we are putting together programs that put people back to work in the state of Oklahoma. Some of you have sat in this room for a number of years, and you know we're coming off of one good year. And before that, we've had a lot of bad years. and we've cut agencies 25 to 40%. So we started looking at revenue to be able to fill in the budget this year. We not only looked at some of like the rainy day fund and the revenue stabilization fund, but we also looked at some apportionments. And so you'll see some of that in the budget as well, as with the roads fund. Very thankful for our subcommittee chairs who worked hard with their agencies and with all members, making sure that the budget is not hurting people. That's my major concern at a $1.3 billion deficit, that we're not hurting people, we're able to come together. So we actually put together about a $7.8 billion budget. I think you have a breakdown of all of the agencies before you and the percentage of cuts of some of those agencies. So that's kind of an overview. We'll be ready to entertain your questions in a few minutes. It's been an honor for me to be able to work with Chairman Wallace. We realized where we were from the very beginning, and we were in constant contact. We were not in the Capitol, just simply talking through a lot of give and take on both sides. And I'm telling you, I believe in the situation we're in that the people of Oklahoma won this year by having a budget before you. Chairman Wallace.
Thanks, Senator Thompson. Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here. Welcome everybody back in the building. It's been a nonstop process. As stated before, numbers have been very fluid. Through the process, we did stick with the numbers and letter that we received from the governor. I want to start by commending our staff and our sub-chairs. This is the third approach on a budget. It seems like we've had 4 sessions within the session this year, but a tremendous amount of work, and it is a product that does protect core services. I will tell you, there's never been a budget that I've loved, and of course I don't love this one, but from where we started, if you look at cross-board cuts of 17% down to basically a common cut of about 4%, this is truly an innovative and creative budget that we looked at every source of revenue possible, including apportionments. Senator Thompson mentioned that briefly earlier. It is very creative, I will say that for sure. The chairs, both in the House and Senate, in the past 3 years since I've been Appropriations Chair, have had a better relationship, better dialogue. The legislature is working like a well-oiled machine. I'm very thankful for that, and the product that we're delivering these days for the people of Oklahoma is definitely an impressive budget. So I know there will be a lot of questions and details when we get down into it. The one thing I'd like to mention on the education, if you look at Common Ed, is about a 2.5% cut of $78 million. You take the federal dollars coming into the program of 160.9 plus the 39.9 the governor has, it will actually be an increase of over 3% for funding for education, even though it's reduced appropriations. So a lot of details, and I'm looking forward to the questions to get really down to the matter of the budget. So with that, I'll turn it back over to the media for questions that you might have.